Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. You're watching The Inside Scoop. I'm your host, Steve Scanlon. Sitting next to me is my co-host, Bubba. Welcome, Bubba.
Doing, Steve?
Pretty good. Sitting next to Bubba is Joey.
Hello.
Welcome, Joe. And sitting beside Joe is
Emma Lily.
Emma Lily. As Joe brought Emma Lily back with him once again.
Emma doesn't want to come, and Lily's taking her place.
All right, I'm going to speak my mind. I'm going to speak what's on my mind.
Here we go.
I'm hungry.
It should take about 4 seconds, yep.
Yes. Okay. Now back to the show now. WWE, well, should I say NXT, had a pay-per-view. Some people watched it. It was War Games.
Yes, I watched it. It was
How
good.
was it, Bubba?
It was good.
Any surprises?
Not really. I mean,
No.
the last match I kind of fell asleep during it and saw how it ended, but it was late.
Yeah.
That's all I could tell you. I didn't go over until about 11:30. I was locked out about 11. I should have probably stayed awake and saw the whole thing, but the first match, the female War Game, was really off the chart. One of the girls, I think, separated her shoulder or hurt her shoulder pretty bad doing a moonsault, and she landed the girl, and she went through the table with her, and she didn't land fully. She kind of landed on the mat, and you could see the whole match. She was kind of favoring the arm. Even, I mean, Io Shirai was trying to pop around back in socket, and you saw her doing stuff, and she ended up winning the whole match for them. A pin. I mean, something Jade. I don't really know the girl. She's only like 20 years old, but she put a good
No,
match
she's
on.
young.
Yeah, Io Shirai was there on the team. Raquel Gonzalez and get the other. Wait a minute. I forget the other girl's name. I'm sorry.
It's all right.
I don't watch NXT faithfully. I should, but it was a good match. Very good wrestling match, back and forth.
All right, just to jump over to something that happened recently on WWE, I think it was on Raw. Seth Rollins got attacked by a fan. I watched the video of it on YouTube. And because of that, him and his wife are gonna end up having a private security escort them to and from the shows. Because I guess someone scammed a fan who was interested in purchasing tickets for WWE, and they claimed to be Seth Rollins, which it wasn't. So the fan was quite upset of being owed hundreds of dollars. So that's why he attacked Seth Rollins.
I didn't know the story behind the story. Was that you, Joe?
No.
Now, every now and then, you don't see it often, but every now and then you see fans making mistakes and attacking or throwing things or shining lights like the red dot at wrestlers. And it's like, if they end up getting caught doing that, they're banned from that wrestling show. They could be arrested, escorted out. And I think it ruins it for the wrestling fans, because they're here to watch the show, and you got these fans attacking wrestlers and ruining the matches. Because every now and then I'll watch YouTube videos of people doing running in wrestling matches in the ring, and the wrestlers are allowed to attack you if you end up running into the ring. So I mean, I hate to run into the ring and have
I've seen wrestlers.
some of these guys
I've seen
attacking.
wrestlers punch people going to the ring. If someone hits you, you can defend yourself according to legal law. So, I mean, I know working House of Bricks, one of the fans got a little bit eager and he started walking up the steps to get into the ring, and I kind of went up and got behind him. Because if he started breaking that plane of the ropes, I was going to pretty much drag him off the ropes and out of that ring. He doesn't belong in that ring. I wasn't security, but I was in our rights to do that. It does say in the back of your ticket too. If you actually can read that fine print, you know, you cannot not interfere in wrestling matches. You'd be subject to prosecution.
Yes.
It's right in the back of your ticket. So Joe, if you could ever learn how to read, if you ever go to a wrestling show like that, read the back. Have Emily explain it to you. Right, Emily? She's just smiling.
Now, I remember was their Hall of Fame induction. Bret Hart was attacked
Yes.
by a fan.
Yes. And the first person on site, I guess, at the time was Ronda Rousey's husband. Ronda Rousey's husband's a big guy. He's like 6'5", 6'6", MMA fighter. And I guess he kind of did a number on him, and so did... there was a wrestler who really got involved with it and got really mad. Was it Dolph Ziggler? I don't remember who the wrestler was. Maybe Joey can remember.
I don't remember.
But there was one of the wrestlers who really got involved with that, and he basically attacked the guy. Started going after him, but it was well in hand with Ronda Rousey's husband was the first one to the ring. First one onto the stage. You know. I've been saying this for years, folks. Go to these independent shows, but don't go into the ring. These wrestlers are there to entertain you. They're there to work hard. These athletes are there to put on a show for you. Wrestling is kayfabbed. I mean, remember Mike Baker has said this to us. When Mike was there, wrestling is kayfabbed, which a lot of people don't know what kayfabbed means. They're here to entertain you. Not to hit you, not to hurt you. If they yell at you, yell back. If they come over to you for no reason and hit you, hit them back. That's what I did when some wrestler hit me. One day I hit him back. Outright. I mean, I know the Intimidator's been hit in wrestling matches and he hit him back. I was there. I had to grab the Intimidator so he wouldn't hurt the guy. You know, I mean, wrestling's there for fun. It's a fun entertainment sport. They're all hard-working men and women, younger people, older people. I mean, don't attack wrestlers. First of all, if you attack like a guy who's 6'3", 6'4", weighs 240 and is in phenomenal shape, you're probably going to get hurt. I mean, if you attack a guy like Braun Strowman, who's 6'8" and weighs 350 and is built like a tank and has a temper that's short of the fuse, you're probably going to get half killed. I mean, if you attacked Bill Goldberg, Bill Goldberg will come out of character in a heartbeat. Yep. Especially if you attack him or you attack a member of his family. We saw that person with Bobby Lashley, the Almighty. Big tough guy until Bill Goldberg put him in his place. Literally, because that match became personal. I mean, you can't threaten to, Lashley, you're next and you're dead. You can't say that, but he did, and he meant it, and he took care of the situation, if you remember correctly.
All right, Joe, question for you. WWE has a day one pay-per-view coming on, January the 1st.
Yep.
Have they announced any matches for that yet?
I got two official ones, but there's another one that came up on this past Monday night. It's unofficial until we find out. First one is the WWE title triple threat.
Okay.
It's Big E defending against Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins.
I think Bobby Lashley's going to make that a fatal four-way from what happened on Raw this week. That's all I'm going to say.
We got the Universal title, Roman Reigns against Brock Lesnar.
Now,
any early predictions on that match?
I'm gonna go with Roman Reigns only because I think Brock Lesnar is gonna have a rematch at WrestleMania.
It's gonna be Brock Lesnar by disqualification because the Usos are gonna get involved. That's my opinion.
Now, this past Friday Night SmackDown, I was surprised to see Brock Lesnar attack Sami Zayn right before the match.
Sami Zayn got in his face and was talking crap about him and pretty much mocking him.
But again, to look at it, I know Brock Lesnar wants Roman Reigns at her pay-per-view match. So by getting Zayn to lose that match, he'll be facing Roman Reigns instead of
I think he's going to win that match, but by disqualification.
Okay.
that's only my opinion. I don't have any inside track on that, but that could be a barn burner if let those two guys wrestle each other.
Well, Sami Zayn could interfere in that too.
Sami Zayn's a waste of time. Making the guy into a clown. I mean, he is a good wrestler, but they're making him into a clown the last 6 months. They should have him wrestle Happy Corbin, another waste of a great talent, made into a moron character.
I noticed he haven't had his documentary crew with him recently.
That's good.
But he does mention the stupid thing from time to time now.
He does?
He's like he's like McMahon didn't slap him a couple weeks ago.
No, Austin Theory got slapped.
Yeah. That's because
No, he's the one who stole the egg.
Yes.
Right?
Mm-hmm. As I said to, I think I might have even said it to you or somebody, my friends, if that egg cracks out the gobbledygook or a miniature gobbledygook or something, a doll like this that's a gobbledygook, I ain't watching wrestling no more. And I'll go to AEW. That may have been the worst skit in the history of wrestling.
Well,
to watch this stupid egg get dragged around the country and out cracks the gobbledygook. Really?
Mae Young giving birth to a hand.
Well, that was bad, but the gobbledygook I think is even worse than that.
Okay.
Excuse me. Joe?
Hey, anything else, Joe? For the
Well, there is one that hasn't been made official yet, but Edge against Miz.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Edge challenged Miz.
I saw that.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with Edge for the match.
So am I.
Yeah.
Now, I again forgot to ask you your death list.
Oh.
I apologize. So, you have any deaths listed?
I've got two. First one is the Laverne and Shirley star, Eddie Mecca.
No, was he the one who played Iggy?
He's the one that played the Big
Squeaky,
Ragu.
whatever his name is.
He played
The Big
Carmine,
Ragu. Carmine Ragusa, the Big Ragu.
Shirley's boyfriend.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
He was on Happy Days too. A couple episodes he did before he went to Laverne and Shirley. Actually, after he was on Laverne and Shirley, he went back because he was good friend with Fonzie.
And lastly, Senator Bob Dole.
Senator Bob Dole, man, who ran for president.
He was 98 years old when he
Yes.
passed away. He lived a long life.
I mean, Eddie Mecca was 69 and a local man. I didn't know he was from Worcester, Mass. I learned something. I did not know that.
I learned that too.
Told you to condition her hair, but you don't listen. It's a guy who can't even condition his own hair.
Yeah.
Oh. What shirt you wearing, Joe?
Her.
Oh, okay. Play plus pain. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, that's right.
It's Emilia and Emmy and Lily. Emma Lily and Lily. Emma Lily, Lily, cousin Lily. Emily and Lily. They look very similar because they're the same family.
Right. We're supposed to get some snow tonight, unfortunately.
A whole inch.
Oh, that's all?
Yeah, it wasn't
Okay.
a coating to an inch. I mean, what the meteorologists are saying, the western part of the state, we're going to get to, because you folks all know we tape this show on a Wednesday. And it is on Saturday morning the first time, right after the Air Bowl, backyard wrestling. So just be careful. I mean, it's snow. Call me weird, it's December. We're supposed to get snow.
True.
I mean, not mass panic because it might have a couple flurries or a coating of snow. Hello, it's December.
Now, I want to talk about the COVID real quick since we got time. A lot of people are getting COVID now who haven't got their third shot yet, their booster shot.
I've actually scheduled my booster shot today. I'm getting it next week.
Okay.
Wear your masks, folks. I wear a mask all the time. I go into a market, I got my mask on. The only time I don't wear a mask is when I'm eating something. So Steve's never wearing a mask because he's always eating something.
That's true.
But wear
Joey
your
never
mask.
takes his
Got
mask
drunk on
off.
stage.
Wash your hands. Wash your hands. I wash my hands constantly. I'm forever putting sanitizer on my hands. wear a mask. Some people are against the immunizations, the booster shots.
Anti-vaxxers.
Yes.
Now, I always wondered why. Do you know the
I've
reasons
had someone,
behind them?
I have someone approach me, would you come to a parade with us? We're going against the vaccination. I just smiled at them and walked away very nicely.
Okay.
I have to get the
Because I'm trying to figure out the reasoning for these people who refuse to get vaccinated.
because they think it's hurting our body.
Okay.
Hurting your body. It's helping people who've never had COVID not get COVID. It's helping you not to get COVID. It's trying to save your life. But if you don't want to save your own life, then I think you're suicidal. That's totally opinionated. That's my opinion. Nothing to do with the LAACS, Inside Track, Steve, Joey, or Emilia. Me. Okay? I think it's suicidal if you don't get your vaccines. They're out there for a reason. They've proven that they're saving lives. The numbers are back up like they were in the beginning of this thing.
Wow.
I'm surprised that they're still in some restaurants. I'm surprised the kids are still in school. I'm surprised that they're not going to stop that as of, maybe January and have them go back home. I really am. I mean, your children have been approved for the vaccine. They have their own variant of it now. There's a new variant that comes from South Africa, the Omicron or something like that.
Omicron?
I don't know what they're calling it, but it's not hard, people. Get a shot. Some people have different effects from it.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, well, I had this, I had that. There's nobody's makeup, nobody's body makeup is exactly the same. Nobody, even an identical twin has something different about them. Okay? Nobody's body makeup reacts differently. Everyone's body's gonna react differently to it. I mean, I emphasize this to a lot of my friends. I've been going to hospitals lately, a lot of them. I saw a friend last week, and my brother had to take him to a hospital, and I had to go to a medical facility with another friend, your brother actually. I'm forever putting sanitizer on my hands. I did before I came to our taping tonight. I have it in my pocket, in my coat.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I think it's in my pocket here. No, it's not. I left it in my coat. No, I don't. It is in my pocket. Shut up. I know.
Me or her?
Both of you. Sanitizer. It's not taking up much room. It's an inch high. We can refill this. Take the cap off. Put a couple drops on your hands. Drops. You don't have to take a bath in it. And sanitize your hands. I do it all day long. I don't like doing it, but I want to make sure I don't get COVID. I don't want Steven to get COVID. I don't want Joey to get... She looks like she already had it.
Right. Is there any independent shows coming up, Bubba?
Did I know of? No, because it's kind of end of season. They're kind of like wait for after the holiday season now. I know Proving Ground was this past weekend up in Peabody. I don't know the results from it. I did not attend that event. I mean, I went to the one I told you, in East Providence for RWA.
Yeah.
That was a good match. I mean, there's a new title holder for the first time in his career. Insane Dick Lane is a champion. He's a champion of RWA. He's a Triple Crown champion. But people were very happy about that. And on a personal level, I want people to pray for Insane Dick Lane's little girl. Okay, she's extremely sick. She's only a baby.
Wow.
Yeah, Lulu. That's what he calls her, Lulu. She's incredibly sick.
Well, speaking of babies, Nick Cannon's 5-month-old son that passed away from brain cancer.
What was it? How come it wasn't on your list?
I don't know.
He's got a couple tasks to do. He makes the list.
Well, I am Chris Jericho.
I was just thinking the same thing. You want to be on that list? So, I mean, is it me? We've gone 22 minutes into the show, and this...
Oh, don't even say it.
He hasn't really talked much about food, thankfully.
Except at the beginning.
Well, at the beginning, he mentioned it.
Mention food.
Uh-oh, here we go. You had to jinx it.
The Mulcahy
I got
School.
one thing on my mind,
Yeah, one thing in your mind. Yeah.
and it's food.
Buffets. Anyway, okay. I mentioned this before. I'll mention it again. Christmas Day, if you folks want to take a little ride and don't have anywhere, something to eat, or don't want to make a meal, or have your mother-in-law coming over and you don't want to be there, okay? The Mulcahy School again in Taunton is providing a turkey dinner. Probably left over from Thanksgiving. If you want to have turkey, I kind of don't, but I'm going to go anyway, probably, because I don't like cooking something for me and my girl. Steve, I was advised by Mrs. Reed Schneider, who runs that you can get an unlimited amount of meals there. You just tell them how many amount of meals you want, and she'll give them to you up to 10.
Wow.
So you could, you could have one on the way home while you're driving.
I've done that before, right, Joe?
Yeah.
I've done that before. I was with you one day when we went local, and you ate a hot dog in 2 bites. Coming out of Coney Island. 2 bites, it was gone. Emily here didn't even get to smell a hot dog from there. I know, maybe I shouldn't be promoting one of our local establishments, but stay local, eat local. I mean, Coney Island hot dogs are great. Matter of fact, when I leave here tonight, I'm probably going to go up there and get a couple hot dogs. A couple hot dogs. And I'm going to get there before you, so that man doesn't run out.
Actually, they might be out. I went there Monday evening.
Today's Wednesday. He's restocked by now, but if I don't get there before you tonight, he goes in. Most people go in. I mean, I'm bad. I'll come out and tell you. I always told the same thing. I eat 4 of them myself. He ordered 6 of them. 6. You had 5 for yourself and 1 for your brother Jim.
Oh, I make it look like I give him the 6th one. I actually eat the 6th one.
2 hamburgers and what? 4 French fries you got? Something like that. Did you give the man a couple fries or something? Or anything?
No, you never asked for it.
Oh, brother.
Well, I mean, I didn't know he was hungry. I knew I was hungry, but I didn't know he was hungry.
Man was born hungry. What you bro? Speaking of hungry, where's John tonight? What'd you do to John?
He's kind of mad at me because I end up eating his dinner on him.
And you're still alive. Did you folks see the size of his handsome brother John Scanlon last week? And John didn't club you over the head. And he's too nice a gentleman. You ate the man's food?
Well, he asked me if I wanted some. I didn't know he was offering me part of his meal. I thought he was offering me the whole meal.
What'd you eat on the poor man?
Well, he had leftover turkey, stuffing, gravy, biscuits. And so I thought maybe he didn't want to eat any of that, so I ate the whole thing. But what was I to know? He only meant part of those things to offer me.
So let's figure this out now. John had leftovers. Brother Jay, sister-in-law Jamie, Emily, Natalie, Joey. Had some left. Oh, maybe we'll have a turkey sandwich. Maybe we'll have some turkey soup this week. Nope. The turkey that you can verify this. Did I not give it a massage? Was it not rubbing its back and massaging it for a while? Making it nice and tender? You were watching me do it.
You giving a turkey a massage?
Yes, you have to. If you massage the breast, even the whole turkey better, it's more tender.
Oh, I never knew that.
Yes. He who eats them whole, hacks off a leg. It's like, if you massage them and give a nice rub down, they'll cook better for you.
I never knew that. That's good to know. But ain't that kind of like playing with your food?
It wasn't cooked yet.
Okay.
Joey sometimes does other things, but we won't go into that. Family show.
Well, Joey used to like watching that movie, American Pie. Right, Joe?
Oh,
Speaking of American, I want to point this out to my good friends. This is my opening. I told you when I went to the event up in Hudson.
Yes.
My good friend Mikey Webb, after 4 years of not wrestling, he actually was working for ROH briefly, and he kind of retired from wrestling, came out of retirement, and had a match. Well, Mikey, I'm wearing your shirt again, buddy. I'll show this to you when next time I see you in March 5th, up in Hudson again. Great wrestler, nice kid. Come out of his match, and he acted like he was disoriented, which he wasn't, obviously. And he sat on my lap. I don't know why, but he sat on my lap, so I started giving his back
Maybe
a
you
little
thought you were
massage
Santa Claus.
with no beard.
Oh, yeah, true. I wasn't thinking.
He was disorientated.
Ah, okay.
You still are disorientated.
Yes, that is true.
Lack of food to the oxygen to the brain, it doesn't help.
That is true.
speaking of America, we had 80th anniversary of the attack on Pearl Harbor yesterday.
Yes, thank you, Joe, for pointing that out.
80 years.
Well, I never knew that, Joe.
I also had the 5-year anniversary of my mom's passing, so
Sorry to hear that, Bubba.
yeah, it was December 6th. If you go on WrestlingForum.com, you'll see people's birthdays. Yesterday, I believe he mentioned the exotic Adrian Street, who was still alive. He mentioned today, I think this morning, the ravishing one, Rick Rude. May he rest in peace. We're to celebrate his birthday today. WrestlingForum.com. Look for my good friend Vic Solagasta. And he mentions almost daily people who've passed away, wrestlers usually. He has pictures with love. He had a nice picture with him and Rick Rude when he was younger on his site. I mean, go into these wrestling sites, these independent wrestling shows. See what's happening, see what's going on.
Yeah.
Chaotic, Limitless, RWA, Showcase, LPW, you've worn these shirts at me. I've been saying this for a couple of years now, or more.
Yeah. All right, well, we're just about done with the show. Our next episode will be right before Christmas. So
3 days before.
it's going to be interesting. Day before, Joe?
3 days.
Oh, 3 days before
The
Christmas.
22nd.
Okay. All right, well, we thank the viewers for watching us. We thank ACS for having us. We thank the director for directing us. I thank you, Bubba, for co-hosting.
Well, we still have 15 seconds, but keep going.
For being a guest. And
Out of respect for Eddie Mecca.
who's
We're
Eddie?
gonna go from rags to riches.
Oh, okay. You know that song.
That was his theme song, wasn't it? Didn't he always sing that? We're gonna go from rags to riches. God bless you, Eddie Mecca. Thank you, folks.
All right. See you.